It is Saturday, and that means it is basketing day for the first race of the season, which is going to be an interesting one. I did have an operation a few days ago, so things have been a little bit difficult. I'm hoping today that I can get in here later or tomorrow morning, depending how I'm feeling. Try and give this place a little bit of a clean. It's a little bit messy. I do have my 10 birds in here that are ready to go. I set them aside probably 2 weeks ago to start working on making sure at least those 10 birds are ready for the race. This other little group, we've got to sort them out. It's a bit of a mess in here, but I've not been able to do too much, or pretty much any lifting, moving, anything. So family's helped me out a fair bit, which has been really good, but cleaning the lofts is not something I'm going to torture them to do. I'll do that myself. So hopefully I can knock that out before tomorrow's race. So what we want to do, I want to take these guys for a quick toss, which is just the birds that are not going in the basket today. The basketing ones, we'll basket them up and get them away for the race, but we'll give them a feed, some nice water and everything before we basket them up. But everything's ready to go, so yeah. Okay, so we're taking the second lot of birds out for a 7-kilometre toss. It's just short and sharp. Get them switched back on just because we're not loft flying, and some of these guys have been locked in for the week because I've been out of action. So we'll just get them back in the routine, see how they go, get used to the new signage on the entry, and also some of these haven't been through with the ETS pad there either. So get them switched on a little bit. I was handling them. There was a couple in there that felt really good. So instead of basking 10, I may look at 15. I'll double check, make a decision when I get home. But they got food in there ready to go. Adam Archer just messaged me too. He's got some birds of mine that I bred for him, the 3 of them, and the 3 of those have been doing well so far. They're actually in their first race today. So by the time this video goes up, they should have clocked something. Hopefully one of mine, we'll see. But they are special ring birds, and you should probably head over to Adam's channel and just watch those race videos because they're pretty good, and you can follow those birds of mine there too, which will be interesting to see how they perform in the biggest federation in Australia. But I just put birds in there for the special ring race ones that are going to be there for it. So we'll see how we go. Not something I normally do is release them out of the car like this, but I actually can't lift these baskets down, so I might pull over my stitches again. So what we'll do, we'll release this bottom one first, make sure there's no cards. They want to go, this can go. Not ideal at all, definitely won't be doing that again, but I just can't lift these guys, which is a bit of a pain. Hopefully next weekend I'll be right. They're moving pretty quickly. Right, so it definitely looks like they've bet me home. But I think I forgot to open one of the doors, that's why there's a few of them haven't gone in yet. Isn't that right? I did. I'm sorry. My mistake. Come on. Come on. Two on the roof, which are the 2 ones that were injured that I've been bringing back on. Just doing those short tosses, which are doing pretty well. I've done 2 short tosses with that at the moment. They'll go in. But I've got to get my clock sorted now, get everything loaded into the car, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Right. Time to get these guys basketed up and loaded on the truck. We're going to have a look at every single one of them today. There is 10 and 1 extra, so there's 10 from the original team and the naughty pigeon, which makes 11. I've decided not to. I need to work these ones a little bit more, so we'll just work with what we got. First cab off the rank is our little mealy hen. She has raced a couple races over the last few seasons. She's a beautiful hen. You see that flight on the end is just nearly finished, so she's ready to go. Short race, won't be too hard. I probably fed them a little bit too much, got a little bit too much food in there, but short race. And given everything that's going on, hopefully that will be fine. So she's going in. She actually got us, I think it was out of 15 or 1600 birds, she got a 16th fed, and she got a couple of club seconds too this hen, so she's pretty good, and she's bred quite a few club seconds. She actually bred most of my clock birds last year, so she can go in the basket. Oh, you guys are going to remember this big fella. So this is 83. I'm having a big tidy up. Some people are like, why are you putting 83 in there? It's because, unfortunately, I want to downsize my birds, sort out a few of the birds in the stock loft. 83, you can see he's got a little bit of flight to go, but this season's been really whacked. So basically these shorter races, there should be a pretty quick race tomorrow. So he'll go on it. He's only raced a couple of races, and he actually got, the first time we put him in, we didn't mark properly, and he had like a 15-minute lead on all my other birds. So he would have been one of my best federation positions in that one. I entered him the next week properly, made sure he was locked in, and he got us a first, not fed, but first club. Can't remember what he was in the fed. He was not too bad, actually. I have to have a look. Might have been a top 10. This was a few years ago. So we'll put him in. He's in really good condition. Like, he is ready to go. He's a little rocket. So let's hope 83 pulls us through. Top 10 fed. Come on, mate. We're racing in the main one only this year at this point. So let's have a look at this naughty one. This is the one that comes home and he goes straight under the pigeon loft. I'm hoping a couple of races will sort him out. He'll be racing this week, and he'll be racing next week as well. It's a fantastic pigeon. If he wasn't so well bred, I would probably have gotten rid of him by now. He is actually son of Rosetta and son of last pick. Basically a cross between my two final birds in the one loft race, and I had two in the top 10, second and 7th, and this is basically me crossing them together. So I didn't want to just get rid of him because they are fantastic pigeons. So I've got a few of them to test this year here locally, and that naughty one is one of them. Another one, this one's an absolute cracker. This is one of the only sons out of Rosetta that made through the season last year. He went on to most of the races. We had one race, there was that really, really tough one, and he come home the next morning, and the fog that he come home in was like, you couldn't see through it. So I was like, wow, he's actually pretty decent. But out of the 10, I think we bred out of her, he's the only one that made it through. But his father is a brother to 83 as well, crossed into Rosetta. So should be all right. He should be pretty fast, good condition this year. A lot more fitness in him, so I'm hoping he might do something. Now, this one, I really got a good feeling about her this year. She's one of the birds that was gifted to us. She's recessive red, but the best colour pigeon that I've ever owned. And for her to be still alive and do all the race season like she did last year with a few races we got to is pretty impressive, and she's actually in really good condition. The birds have eaten a little bit too much, which I think that might not be the best, but it's really hard to see, but she's in like mint condition, and the fitness on her is quite good. So be interesting to see how she goes, because she's well bred. Her mother, I think, still racing this year. I think her mother, the mother to this one still races, and I'm pretty sure last year, I think the first 8 or 10 races, her mother was in the top 10 of the federation in that first 10 or so races. So I'm hoping she does well for us, because I really might put her into stock this season, see if we can breed some more reds. But this year's a big sort out. These are all older birds. There's only 1 or 2, and I'll let you know which ones they are. This one, I only bred 2 this way bred. He's a son of, he's actually pretty much identical way bred to Stealth, who was my 7th place in the final in the one loft race. But I only lost one of these last year, and it was that badly damaged the falcons he couldn't fly properly, so he didn't stand much of a chance around the loft. But this guy went to every single race, but he's a bit more inclined for those longer ones. So, but all these older pigeons here, they are pretty good pigeons because they don't last long here. They get harassed, they don't loft fly. They've got to do some pretty amazing things to still be alive. Now this is the only pigeon left I have out of shock, and this is a daughter. She's a cracking little hen. Her mother, there was 2 of these, I only bred 2 this way, and they were nest mates, 2 hens. I lost this one's sister, the nest mate, last year, but that sister is the mother of Stealth, who was my 7th place mother in the final. So this little hen, interesting to see, she's a bit smaller, this one, but she's again really good condition. She's a tough little bird, so I'm hoping she does well for us this season. Hopefully they'll return. And this is son of the red checker cock that I used to have, who bred me a lot of clock birds. Most of my clock birds come out of that cock. Speed birds, but I went away from speed birds, so I moved him on and just kept the very best out of him, but they all have to race, and he's one of them. He's half speed bird, but he's still here. I'm waiting for him to be a clock bird like his brothers and sisters. This is the only son of Titan I have left, because I lost all the other babies. That's why I moved him on. But this is the one guy who, for some reason, he's 20 rung. So it's been racing for a few seasons now. But let's see how he goes. He's not the fastest, but he always turns up. So that's what we need. So last year I only had 1 bred this way. So this is a daughter of Leo, and I paired him up to just a random hen that I brought, and only managed to get 1 baby out of it. And I think at like 3 months had been out to 350 kilometers. She's a very hard little pigeon to lose, so she's done pretty well. So she's again, fantastic condition. Hopefully she can pull through, get a little bit more fitness in her, because she'll be ready for the longer races. So I've only got 2 like this, and this one is a young bird. He was bred for this year's race season, so this is his first race. This be interesting to see how these go. They are fantastic pigeons, perfect, ready to go. More one loft stuff, but I think they'll do pretty well here. This one's basically a cross between the ace birds. I'm trying to think which ones they were actually, because I was giving a nestmate, I think it was. That's the same way bred as some of the ace birds, and I crossed it into my ace birds from last year. So it's a real interesting mix, but they should be pretty tough pigeons. It's really hot still, it's humid, it's horrible. Hopefully it cools down. So these are the birds that we've basketed for tomorrow. So when you do see me clocking some tomorrow, that you understand what I'm talking about. But this is the only young bird apart from the naughty bird. The naughty one is in there for punishment, hopefully trying to break him. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. First race. Hopefully this new system works, because it's basically I won't be racing next year if I can't get these birds to stick this year, because it's been 3 years of trying.